Outlook will have newsletter creation capabilities coming soon. It is currently in preview to users whose organization has enabled the feature via a PowerShell command. Expected rollout to general public is in the third quarter of 2025 if there are no delays. It is web-based, so it is available to all Outlook users with a Microsoft 365 work or school account. The newsletter icon did appear in my left navigation for new Outlook, but I didn't see it in Classic. But nevertheless, you can access it to create and manage your newsletters from outlook.office.com/newsletters. Let's take a look at Outlook's newsletter dashboard and walk through creating a newsletter and a group or collection for your newsletter and a template for consistency. Let's get started. So I have navigated to Adele's newsletter icon that you see in the left navigation. Notice that it is marked preview. And so here's our opportunity to give Microsoft feedback, and I will share some of the feedback that I have given them. But we're on their dashboard page, and notice I'm right in Outlook and not on the web version. Here we can explore. This is going to show whatever feature newsletters that is available, any pages that's within the organization or private that you have access to. If you have created any drafts, it will be in this location. And I will look up under my profile, and these will be the newsletters that I've either owned or a contributor to, so I have easy access to get to them. Now, with the admin tab, if you have global admin access, you will see a list of newsletters here. It will tell you if it's a group, if it has no owners, or pages with 2 owners. Now, it is recommended that you have at least 2 owners when you create a group. So that's important to know. But let's take a look at pages. So when we go to pages, Adele has already created a group, which is a collection of newsletter for Inside HR Thrive Zone. Now, as you can see here, there's 2 newsletters here. It's letting you know how many people has viewed it, if there's any comments or reactions. You can share it just to get the link if you want to share it with others, depending on the type of access you've given it, duplicate it, and you can edit and delete, and we'll look at that in a second. But I want to talk about groups. So this icon here is to edit the group. Let's look at the components. So I'm able to give it a cover, which is a banner. When you click on it, you have choices. You can actually search for something and get options. So easily done. You can also upload an image of choice. Same thing with logo, same process. The one thing that I do recommend is do not upload an image with a transparent background. It will appear black. So you may not want to do that because most of my logos are transparent. You just give it a name, a description. You can identify who you want to send these to. You can choose if you want this newsletter to be private, unlisted, so only the people will have access to it, and it's not public and will not show up under the Explore area. Or you can also choose anyone in my organization, which is going to make it public to anyone in your organization, and they can subscribe to your newsletter. Here, use custom distribution lists instead of automatic subscriber lists. So again, if you want to include a distribution list, you have the option to do so. So it's pretty easy to create a group. To create a group, all you want to do is click on create a page and you will get that blank page. Pretty easy to do. To create a newsletter, you have an option to create from blank. They give you some predefined templates that you can use, or as you can see here, I have created a template and I'm just going to open up a blank one so you can see it. You're going to give it a name. This is where you're going to choose either you're creating a newsletter and template. Now, this is the feedback that I gave Microsoft. I would have never thought to look here to create a template. I would like to see a template. I would like to see template have its own placement here without going to the create, because first time around, I totally missed it. We're going to go ahead and choose newsletter. And if you have multiple groups or collections, I like to call them, you can pick and choose where you want it to be stored. Or if you want to make something personal that is not part of a group, you can do that as well. So let's go ahead and add it to here. Okay, so now I'm here. I can come and choose a banner for my newsletter. Let's choose this one. Notice that I can choose how large I want my image to appear in my newsletter. I can make adjustments on what I want it to focus on and hit done. Now, what's nice is I can add contributors. So let's say that I want Nestor to contribute and Alex to contribute and hit save. I can add my text here. Just so you know, you do have the standard, Microsoft 365, attributes. So you can insert a table if you like. You can add pictures, emojis. You have all the formatting that you need. What's nice is if you click on this icon here, you can add this for your table of contents. They call it jump to section, but it's just part of your table of contents. We can add a section, which feels a lot like wiki page if you were familiar with it. We have components. Let's say we want to use some of these predefined text and images format. We can choose any of these that we like. Click on add a picture. Now, one of the things, notice here, let's say that I only want Nestor to be able to contribute to this section. So let's say if you had a monthly newsletter and you're going to have a template, you can identify who the contributors are, and they will automatically get an email stating that they are a contributor to either the group, the newsletter, or a component within the newsletter, and you can preview it. So let's preview it. So I want to just preview it and look at it before I let this go. Notice that it's giving you comments where people can comment here. We can also show more newsletters that is up under the Inside HR Thrive zone. And let's hit next. Now, this is where you actually sending your email. So it's coming from Adele. That's who's the organizer, who's the creator is. If anybody wants to reply, she can actually choose a different email where she wants that information to go to. That is optional. Notice that Adele and Nestor, because he was a contributor, is already on the CC, so no need to put their names there. anybody that subscribe to the newsletter will automatically get it. They up under a blind copy. I thought that was nice. And if you want to go ahead and forward this to anyone else, you can. Now, one thing you need to know is it's only internal. This newsletter is only for internal users. So for me, with a business subscription, I can't utilize this because I'm the only person that's internal. Everybody that I interact with is external. And for what I understand, that is on the backlog. So expect that coming at some point. They have not said when. But if you want to send this to additional people, you can. Again, choose if you want to mark this private, unlisted, or public for your entire organization. And I'm going to change this name to newsletter feedback to Microsoft, because I did give them a lot of feedback. Display newsletter selected by the newsletter in the email footer, and allow comments and reactions in this newsletter, and I will send it. Now, a couple of things that you need to know is notice everything that she sends from that's relating to the newsletter is kept in her sent mailbox. So these are some of the ones that I sent early. Notice that I sent Nestor. He was a contributor, so he gets an email. Here, Alex was a contributor to another newsletter that I created earlier. And so all that information is here. Pretty cool. So there's that new email, that new newsletter. If you subscribe to any newsletter, you can do so, and all of the newsletters that you subscribe to will be listed in this area. So overall, it's pretty easy to manage. It looks good. It looks professional. Now you don't have to worry about all these extra bells and whistles and trying to get your creativity into place. I do want to share with you some of the additional feedback that I gave Microsoft was it would be nice to actually see the description of this newsletter here as well, so I can kind of get a feel of what the newsletter is about, which sometimes the title does not give you the full gist of what the newsletter is. You have the ability to look at your analytics based on all the emails here, so you can take see what's really been effective. Overall, I like the newsletter feature. To let me know what your thoughts are and how will you use this feature. Now, go work your magic.